Jordan Tower with JT News. Well, the Bobby Shmurda case has come to an end. We haven't heard the end of this since they all got arrested in Quad Studios about a year or two ago. Right after Bobby Shmurda got popping, he got arrested at Quad Studios with all his people. I think they recovered like 21 guns and drugs and everything. And these guys have been investigated for like 2 or 3 years before they were even famous. A lot of people, including myself, thought the cops were picking on them because they got famous, you know, and they were picking on them. But no, this has been a case that was going on. It's kind of like they're not as big as like a BMF organization, but BMF, before they started doing DVDs and rap and all that, they had already had like a 5-7 year investigation going on. So like Bobby Shmurda and them, they had to know something was going on. I mean, the investigation kind of came to a head. Once they got famous, they were getting more reckless, and they said, okay, we got to arrest these guys and try to wrap this case up. So Bobby Shmurda accepted a 7-year plea deal today. They've been pushing this off because there's so many people involved in this conspiracy case. It's like 20 people or 10 to 20 people, and they kept pushing it off because they were wondering, should we accept the plea deal or should we go to trial? Now, if he blew trial, he could face 20 to 40 years, you know. If he beat trial, he'd be free, you know, and his record label already wasn't paying for anything. His bail was $2 million. He had lawyers. The guy hadn't even generated enough money for the label to get behind him. And the label just pieced out. They said, see you later. This is your deal. This is too much for us. I mean, you can kind of understand now. I mean, there's been a case with like murder, attempted murder, assaults, drugs. You know, it's like firearms. The label was like, this is too much. We can't. You got to kind of, as a company, you got to assess. Okay, if we invest this money and he gets out, can we make the money back? It's a business decision. They had to pull back. So they pulled back, and Bobby Shmurda obviously didn't have enough money to pay for high-quality lawyers and bail. You know, he had just got started. So at most, he had like $100,000, $200,000, maybe $500,000. That's not enough. That's just not enough to make $2 million bail. He did not have $500,000. There was too many people getting pieces of stuff. You know, he had to go through 3 people to get his deal. Probably had $100,000, and that got blown with a lawyer. Basically, he did the honorable thing here. He took a plea deal because even though his charges were, what was it, conspiracy in the second, conspiracy in the fourth, reckless endangerment, criminal possession of a weapon, criminal using drug paraphernalia. But his other friends had attempt murder, and everything. And the only way they all could get 7 years, right, is if everybody agreed to the plea deal. Like, so he did the honorable thing and stuck with his people instead of going off on his own. You know, it's a conspiracy case. It involves 20 people. So he did the honorable thing. Everybody else agreed to it. He was the last person. He agreed to it. So he'll probably be out in like 4 years, you know. Good behavior, 4 years. Then he'll go to a halfway house and be on like probation. So, you know, he's going to jail for a while and he'll come back and he'll, you know, who knows? You know, the kid's talented. He'll probably get back to rapping or something, you know, but this is all wrapped up. You know, obviously they kept pushing the case back because they were debating whether to take the deal or not, and they decided just to take the deal instead of go to trial, spend a bunch of money, and then if you blow trial, you're in jail for the rest of your life. I mean, look at Max B. He's doing 75 years. 75 years, and he didn't even murder anybody. It was conspiracy murder. So I think he did the right thing, because think about it. If Max B took a deal for a few years, he would have been out already. I don't even know if he had a deal, but if he did have a deal on the table, he would have been out already. But anyways, what do you guys think about this?